Many people believe that losing weight is one of the hardest tasks out there. They say you need unshakable willpower, restrictive diets, and endless hours of exercise. But what if I told you that all of that is wrong? Yes, losing weight can be easy when you understand what truly matters. The truth is, you're trapped by myths that are keeping you from the simplest solution.
And spoiler, it's not about working harder. If you're tired of trying and failing, it's time to discover the path that no one has told you about until now. Find out what really works, without complications and without sacrificing your social life. Join us, because the secret to losing weight for good is about to be revealed. And the best part? It's simpler than you think.
Misconception about weight loss. People often make the mistake of thinking that losing weight is simply a matter of 50% diet and 50% exercise. While both nutrition and physical activity are important, they only make up part of the process. The real key to weight loss lies in a broader and more natural set of factors. One element that is frequently overlooked is how sleep directly impacts the body. Without proper sleep, all the effort put into the gym or the kitchen can go to waste, as the body doesn't get the time it needs to recover and burn fat efficiently. Now, imagine you're following a flawless diet and sticking to a rigorous exercise plan, but for some reason, you're not seeing the results you expected. What's missing? Commitment. That unwavering determination to follow through on your plan is what makes up the other 50% of the equation. If you don't follow your action plan to the letter, no miracle diet or workout will guarantee success. It's the discipline to stay the course, even when results aren't immediate, that transforms effort into tangible outcomes. As a wise person once said, persistence always beats perfection.
And of course, we can't forget about sleep. Poor sleep can be the hidden saboteur in the weight loss process. When your body is exhausted, it goes into a state of alert, and stress hormones like cortisol increase. This hormone can, in turn, stimulate your appetite and make it harder to lose fat. So, health goes far beyond what we see on our plates or in the weights at the gym. Now, how can you ensure that your sleep doesn't sabotage your progress? And more importantly, what do you do when motivation starts to fade?
The process begins with inspiration. The initial inspiration to change habits and pursue a healthier life usually comes from something visual and impactful. It could be from seeing that old photo where you were slimmer, or perhaps the progress of someone you follow on social media. However, what many fail to realize is that this spark of inspiration fades quickly, like a candle in the wind. That's why it's crucial to go beyond the fleeting impulse and set a clear and realistic goal. A goal that you can measure and track over time. Without that, you'll be at the mercy of your motivation, which is notoriously inconsistent.
When we talk about goals, it's not enough to simply want to lose weight. What makes a goal powerful is its tangibility. Setting deadlines to achieve small milestones is essential to staying focused. For example, aiming to lose 4 pounds in a month is something concrete, measurable, and realistic. Once you reach that goal, the sense of accomplishment fuels your motivation, which is renewed with every victory. If the initial inspiration was the spark, goals are the fuel that keeps the fire burning. Without a deadline, inspiration loses its strength, and what once seemed like a life change turns into yet another frustrating attempt. But what happens when that inspiration begins to fade? After all, we've all experienced this. The excitement of starting something new can last for days or weeks, but eventually, it disappears. That's why, alongside clear goals, it's essential to develop habits that sustain progress, regardless of temporary bursts of inspiration. Inspiration may be the spark that ignites the journey, but it's the commitment to those small daily actions that will ensure you keep moving forward. And speaking of actions, how are you planning the details of your progress? Tell me everything in the comments.
Plan the details carefully. Planning is the heart of any significant change process, especially when it comes to weight loss and health. Small daily decisions, which may seem harmless, can have a huge impact over time. Swapping that calorie-packed breakfast for a healthier option, like eggs and fruit, is one of those changes that can make all the difference. Many people don't realize it, but these small choices can lead to visible fat loss in just a few weeks. The power lies in each detail, and it's those details that build the bigger picture. However, it's not enough to just plan things out in your head. How many times have we said, "I'll start tomorrow," only to fail the next day? The secret is to prepare in advance. For example, if you know you're going to be in a rush in the morning, make your breakfast the night before. Cut the fruit, cook the eggs. Doing this makes the healthy choice the easy one. This kind of preparation removes the excuse of not having time and ensures that you stick to the plan. So, planning isn't just a roadmap, it's the framework that keeps you on track. But of course, it's not all about food. The same concept applies to other areas of your healthy life. If you have a workout scheduled for the next morning, lay out your gym clothes the night before. If your goal is to walk more, set reminders. Every small action, no matter how minor it seems, contributes to a much larger outcome. Have you already started preparing this way? Or are there still gaps in your plan? Preparation doesn't stop here though. How can you prepare to eliminate temptations before they arise? Oh, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe to help us keep creating more content like this.
Prepare yourself for success. Preparation is the foundation of any successful plan, especially when your goal is to improve your health and lose weight. If you prepare in advance, it becomes much easier to stay on track. One of the most practical examples is meal prepping the day before. Imagine you cooked eggs the night before and set aside a portion of fruit. The next day, even if you're in a hurry, your healthy option is ready, avoiding the temptation to grab something quick and calorie-packed. When your environment is set up for success, the chance of straying from your plan decreases drastically. However, preparation isn't just about food. Your surroundings also need to be set up to help you succeed. If your house is full of processed snacks and easy treats, temptation will be much higher. That's why one of the most important steps is to remove unhealthy options from your reach. Limiting access to these foods and replacing them with nutritious choices is an effective strategy to avoid falling back into old habits. After all, if it's not available, you won't be tempted to eat it. The key is to prepare both your environment and your mind for success. And what happens when temptation strikes, even if you've prepared everything? That's when willpower comes into play. But before we talk about that, ask yourself, how well are you preparing to face moments of weakness? Often, what's lacking isn't willpower, but the right environment to make healthy choices automatic. How can you adjust your environment and routine to make those choices even easier in your daily life? Drop a comment below.
Willpower and habits. Willpower is a powerful tool, but it's limited. Relying on it constantly can be exhausting, and eventually, it runs out. That's why the true secret to achieving sustainable health and weight loss is building habits that become automatic. Think of it like a balance. The less you need to depend on willpower, the easier the process becomes. The idea is to eliminate the need to make decisions at every moment, transforming healthy choices into something as natural as brushing your teeth in the morning. This not only makes the journey easier, but it also reduces our emotional fatigue. A practical example of this is avoiding temptation instead of confronting it over and over again. If you know that a shelf full of chocolate could be your downfall, it's best not to have those foods around. Replace them with healthy options that satisfy your hunger without derailing your progress. Over time, willpower will transform into habit, and these habits will become the pillars that support your healthy life. Before you know it, you'll be making positive choices effortlessly, like choosing a balanced meal even when you're at a party full of temptations. And when we talk about habits, the key is that they go beyond just food. Creating an exercise routine, maintaining regular sleep schedules, and even practicing meditation are factors that help consolidate a healthy lifestyle. It's like building a fortress, where each stone is a repeated action until it becomes part of your daily life.
Track your progress. Monitoring your progress is one of the most powerful tools for maintaining motivation and adjusting strategies along the way. Often, changes in the body are subtle, and without proper tracking, it's easy to get discouraged. That's why weighing yourself weekly and taking periodic photos are essential steps. Photos, especially, are an excellent way to visualize progress, as the numbers on the scale don't always reflect the true transformation. Sometimes your weight may stay the same, but your body composition changes drastically, with fat loss and muscle gain. However, it's important to keep in mind that daily weight fluctuations are normal and generally don't reflect real fat loss or gain. These can be caused by water retention, recent meals, and other factors. The key is to focus on the overall trend over time and not get discouraged by small fluctuations. If your photos and weekly measurements show progress, even if your weight varies, it's a sign that you're on the right track. Imagine how motivated you'll feel when you compare your before and after photos, revealing a transformation you might not notice just by looking in the mirror. And of course, remember that the journey is long, and results don't come overnight. Patience is a necessary virtue for those who want lasting results. With each new week, Your photos and measurements will show you what needs adjusting or maintaining. Speaking of adjustments, how's your calorie deficit going? That's the key piece we'll discuss next.
Calorie deficit. Weight loss, at its core, happens when your body consumes fewer calories than it burns. This is what we call a calorie deficit, and it's the foundation of any successful weight loss plan. However, it's crucial to find the right balance, as an overly aggressive deficit can become unsustainable in the long term. Many people, eager to lose weight quickly, end up reducing their calorie intake to extremely low levels, like 1,200 calories a day. While this might work at first, the body eventually enters survival mode, where metabolism slows down and weight loss stalls. Instead of drastically cutting calories, the ideal approach is to use an online calorie calculator to estimate the amount your body needs based on your lifestyle. From this estimate, you can adjust the deficit gradually, allowing your body to keep burning fat without feeling deprived. This not only avoids the dreaded plateau effect, but it also makes the process more enjoyable. After all, nobody wants to be starving while trying to lose weight. Remember, losing weight in a healthy way is not a sprint, it's a marathon. And a well-planned deficit is what will get you across the finish line. So, before you consider drastically cutting calories, think about the impact it will have on both your body and mind. It's much better to maintain a moderate and sustainable deficit than to battle against your own metabolism. Now, how can you ensure that you're really controlling your calories effectively? This is where the challenges of calorie counting come into play, and that's what we'll explore next.
Challenges with calorie counting. Counting calories seems like a simple task at first glance, but in practice, it can be quite challenging. Estimating portions correctly, checking labels, and calculating daily intake with accuracy requires attention and discipline. Many people end up relying on rough estimates and often underestimate the amount of calories they're actually consuming. This margin of error can be the difference between maintaining a calorie deficit or hitting a plateau in progress. That's why a cautious approach, slightly overestimating your calorie intake, can help avoid unpleasant surprises when you step on the scale. For example, when eating out, it's not always possible to know exactly how much oil was used in a dish or the exact portion size. In these cases, counting calories can become a guessing game, which often leads to mistakes. That's why, if you're eating something you didn't prepare yourself, it's wise to assume the dish may have more calories than it seems. By overestimating your calorie intake, you give yourself a safety net, ensuring that small slip-ups don't add up and sabotage your progress. Despite the challenges, calorie counting remains one of the most effective ways to control weight. Over time, this practice will become easier, and you'll start to learn how to identify portions and foods with greater accuracy. However, there are other equally important factors to ensure success, such as choosing the right macronutrients.
Macronutrients and proteins. When we talk about weight loss and health, macronutrients play a fundamental role. Among them, protein stands out as the most important nutrient for those looking to lose weight in a healthy way. That's because protein helps keep you feeling full for longer, preventing hunger soon after a meal. Additionally, it's crucial for preserving muscle mass while you lose fat, ensuring that your metabolism stays boosted. Including good sources of protein, like eggs, chicken, fish, and legumes in your meals can make all the difference in your final results. On the other hand, it's important to be mindful of fat intake, even the healthy kinds. While avocado, olive oil, and nuts are rich in nutrients, they are also extremely high in calories. Consumed in excess, they can easily throw off your calorie deficit, making the weight loss process slower. The key is balance. Prioritize protein at each meal and moderate your fat intake, always paying attention to portion sizes. This way, you keep your body nourished and satisfied without running the risk of accumulating unwanted calories. Of course, carbohydrates also have their place, but it's essential to focus on the less processed ones. They provide energy for the body, but their intake should be controlled, especially if your goal is weight loss. This leads us to the discussion of the dangers of processed carbohydrates, which we'll explore in the next topic. How balanced are your macronutrients in your meal plan?
Avoiding processed carbohydrates. Processed carbohydrates are often the hidden villains in modern diets. Found in foods like white bread, cookies, and sweets, they are highly caloric and at the same time, low in nutrients. These carbs don't provide lasting satiety, which makes hunger return quickly, leading to excessive calorie consumption. Additionally, the spike in blood sugar caused by these foods is often followed by a sharp drop, triggering that famous feeling of being hungry again shortly after. That's why avoiding them is one of the most effective strategies for maintaining a balanced diet and facilitating weight loss. But here's the good news. You don't have to cut out all carbs from your diet to lose weight. What you need to do is choose the right sources. Foods like brown rice, sweet potatoes, and oats are examples of carbohydrates that, in addition to providing energy, contain fiber that aids digestion and keeps you feeling full for longer. They are your allies in weight loss and provide energy for your daily activities without causing those spikes and crashes in blood sugar. Over time, replacing processed carbohydrates with healthier versions becomes a natural and sustainable choice. Balance is everything. The key isn't living without carbohydrates, but making smart choices about the types and amounts you consume. And speaking of healthy choices, the next step is understanding the importance of focusing on minimally processed foods to maintain a consistent and healthy diet. Have you ever made these substitutions in your daily life?
Minimally processed foods. When it comes to health and weight loss, minimally processed foods are your greatest allies. These foods, such as fresh fruits, vegetables, lean meats, and whole grains, provide a higher amount of nutrients, are lower in calories, and are more filling. Unlike ultra-processed foods, which are rich in additives and preservatives, minimally processed foods retain most of the vitamins and minerals that your body needs to function properly. Incorporating them into your diet not only helps with weight loss but also improves the overall quality of your nutrition. Imagine the difference between a snack made of a cream-filled cookie versus a snack of an apple and a handful of almonds. The apple and almonds will not only keep you full for longer, but they'll also provide essential nutrients like fiber, vitamins, and healthy fats. Plus, the combination of natural foods helps maintain energy balance, allowing you to stay within your calorie limit effortlessly. Simplicity is key. The closer food is to its natural form, the more benefits it will bring to your health. As you transition to a diet based on minimally processed foods, you'll notice not only weight loss but also an improvement in your overall well-being. Your body starts to function more efficiently, and the feeling of fullness lasts longer, reducing cravings for unhealthy foods. Have you ever tried swapping that processed snack for a fruit with protein? If not, now is the time to give it a go. And speaking of trying, let's talk about another simple but effective strategy: the importance of drinking water and avoiding unnecessary snacking.
Drink water and avoid snacking. Drinking water is one of the simplest and most effective strategies for controlling hunger and keeping your body functioning at its best. Often, what we perceive as hunger is actually disguised dehydration. Drinking a glass of water before meals, for example, helps control appetite since your stomach will be partially full, making you eat less. Additionally, water is essential for proper metabolism, helping the body burn calories more efficiently and eliminate toxins. If you want to optimize your weight loss, increasing your water intake is a simple and straightforward step. Another crucial point is avoiding unnecessary snacks, especially those high in calories and low in nutrients, like chips and processed sweets. These foods, in addition to being highly caloric, offer little nutritional value and can quickly sabotage any progress. If your goal is to lose weight, the advice is clear. Limit snacks between meals, and when you feel hungry, opt for something nutritious like a piece of fruit or a handful of nuts. This helps keep daily calorie intake under control and prevents blood sugar spikes that can lead to cravings at odd hours. Adopting these habits may seem challenging at first, but in the long run, they become part of your routine. The more water you drink and the fewer unnecessary snacks you consume, the easier it will be to keep your meal plan on track. Are you ready to try these small adjustments in your daily life? And speaking of adjustments, let's talk about another essential factor in weight loss: quality sleep, which we'll explore next.
Sleep and fat loss. Sleep is one of the most underestimated pillars in the weight loss process. Many people focus only on diet and exercise, forgetting that good sleep is fundamental for the body to function properly. During sleep, our body regulates crucial hormones for weight loss, such as leptin and ghrelin, which control hunger and satiety. When you sleep poorly or not enough, these hormones become unbalanced, which can increase hunger and cravings for high-calorie foods, making weight loss more difficult. That's why ensuring a good night's sleep should be an essential part of any weight loss plan. Lack of sleep also directly affects our energy levels and motivation. After sleepless nights, the body feels more tired, leading to a drop in performance during workouts and increased laziness when preparing healthy meals. Additionally, when we are tired, the body tends to seek quick energy, often in the form of sugary and fatty foods. These raids on the fridge can sabotage the carefully planned calorie deficit. This is why investing in quality sleep, sleeping between 7 to 9 hours per night, can be the difference between success and failure in your weight loss journey. But how can you ensure restorative sleep? Creating a nighttime routine is an excellent start. Turn off electronic devices at least an hour before bed, keep your bedroom dark and cool, and try to stick to a regular sleep schedule, even on weekends. These simple adjustments can transform the quality of your rest and, consequently, speed up your progress. Now that we've discussed sleep, how about reviewing all these habits and making sure they're aligned with your weight loss goals?
Now that you know what really matters for losing weight effectively and sustainably, the question is, what are you waiting for to start? Will you keep falling into old habits, or are you ready to take control of your body and health? Picture yourself a few weeks from now, feeling lighter, more energetic, and seeing the results you've been dreaming of.
All you need to do is apply what you've just learned. And remember, this process doesn't have to be a lonely one. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so we can continue this transformation journey together. We're here to guide you, but the change starts with you. Are you ready for the next step?